Nitro is the glory, but E-Buggy pays the bills.
Hey guys, what's up? I know we're a little late on the podcast this week, but bear with me. It's coming out. It'll be out tomorrow, and this actually will be a part of it in the audio and video. But being as Connie has been a really big supporter of the podcast, and I really believe in House of RC, we've released this release/tutorial. It's the first one. So you guys can have a look at what's going on with House of RC. Even myself, I wasn't aware of everything that's happening. So I was able to examine things with Connie and see what he's doing with House of RC, which I think is really good. I know a lot of us might not feel like we need to sign up for this, but honestly, it can only benefit all of us and RC. So enjoy the tutorial. Thank you to Connie for his support of the podcast. Please go to House of RC, sign up. And if you like what you're seeing in this video, give us a sub, a like, and hit that notification button. Leave a comment too. Help us project this video into the YouTube stratosphere. Help us get to that 1,000 subscriber minimum. And hey, we greatly appreciate it. We're at 667 subs now. Let's help us get 1,000 by the middle of February. Please, we can do it. Thank you, NNRC Squad. Enjoy the tutorial. Check out House of RC. And this is just the first of one of many tutorials that we will be doing over this year or when anything new comes up with House of RC. Talk to you guys later. So, House of RC, have you guys signed up yet? If you haven't, you need to go, because even myself, who I'm not pushing, but I think this is really a good thing. I'm not even using it to its full potential. And the man who designed all of this just showed me how I'm not using it to its full potential. So I know you guys aren't using it either. But welcome, Conny Svensson, to the NNRC podcast, House of RC. It's growing, Conny. It's getting there.
Hey, thanks, Keenan. Yeah, it's really growing. I mean, we've had a House of RC in beta now for 4 months. So it's been 4 months of testing, developing, and we set a goal for ourselves to have 500 users, and now we have our over 1,000 users. So,
really?
But yeah, the next goal is 10,000, of course, because this is for the whole RC community. It's not just cars, so it's planes, boats, and beginners, racers, professionals. So I think the target group is pretty wide. So
yes,
we put our bar high.
Right. So we've brought you on because we're gonna probably do this is like a tutorial, I guess I want to say, a short tutorial of some of the features or new features that you might have for House of RC, because I get it. A lot of people get there, they see it, they're like, oh, this is a lot of information. I don't know what to do. But over the next couple months or weeks, we're gonna try and few. This is going to be like a short segment on the podcast. It's not going to be every podcast, but maybe once or twice a month, highlighting any new features or any questions people might have, because you've been a big supporter of the podcast. I like this, and I think it's good for RC. So this is your time, Connie. Let's show off your invention, House of RC. New topic, new segments. So are you ready to bring it up?
Sure, of course. So bring it up on the screen. So everybody that is not watching this, I'll try to make it as visual as possible, explaining it as well. Hopefully a lot of you have already signed up, and I know a lot of you have. So you've seen what has been in the beta. For the last month or something, we've been doing a lot of things behind the scenes. So you haven't been able to actually see what has been going on here. Otherwise, we have actually pushed new releases almost nightly. So you have been able to really watch the new features, and we've been announcing them on the House of RC members group on Facebook, and people have come with suggestions and tips, and that's great, actually. So during the beta, we have received so many suggestions and great feedback. So the 1.0 that we're releasing tomorrow actually has, it's really above all our expectations and dreams that we had for this. So this is kind of exciting. So what you're seeing here is the new home screen, or the new dashboard. And you can see there it's packed with a lot of things. In the beta, we really just showed 6 panels of all the kind of main item types in the system, which are users, organizations, places and tracks, events and products. But now we're starting to kind of feel and see what really the benefits of having a data-driven platform that this is. This is really connecting everything in the industry and the community together, both kind of physical things and digital things. And I'll try to explain it as good as possible. So just starting up here, we can see it's a kind of 3 columns, which has a lot of information on it. So what people are interested in are, what are the upcoming events? And this panel will be targeted depending on how you set up your profile. So you can set up what type of RC categories you're interested in, like cars, helicopters, planes, and also where you come from. So you pick your country. So you will only see events that are relevant to you in your country, in your region. But if you want to see other, globally, you can kind of just reset and pick and remove those filters. Then we have really upgraded the links and resources. Resources is really where we have the digital content. So it's really links to any website, social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, of course, forums. Anything that is digital is called a resource in House of RC. But now you can actually see them in line here. Here we have, of course, Joseph's video about the death of RC Part 1, which is here. These resources, anybody on the platform can add. So this is kind of an open bulletin board to put your stuff here. So anybody can link here. You can see who posted the resource. We have Caitlin from Race Like a Girl podcast.
Katie, Katie Carmendi.
Yeah, she's up here. You have Tyler Hooks here with the unofficial pit lane rules from Live RC. And people also can kind of vote on these things, just like a thumbs up thing. So we have kind of introducing these interactivity features a little bit more like Facebook, because we try to want to create engagement in this. So this is for everybody. Everybody can post stuff here. So that's also why we want to be mindful of what you post here, because we don't want to have any just stupid stuff. And we have moderators on the site, so it will be picked down anytime you do anything stupid. In the middle column here, so this will also be something that will bring people back every day, because we aggregate news from a lot of different sites. So right now we have Big Squid RC, we have Circus RC, we have Live RC, and Red RC here. So you can see all their news up here. You can scroll down and really see it's all here. And so that means this is the place you need to change your start screen. House of RC should be your start page on your internet, because you get all your news here. You get your events here. So also, of course, these companies, we don't want to take away traffic from them. So if you click on any of these links here, that of course takes you to the original source like Circus RC or Live RC. So this is just federating their RSS feeds, right? Then on the right-hand side, we start kind of showing a little bit of the power of having everything data-driven. So this is called Quick Stats. So it's showing a pie charts of different things in the system. And every time you reload the page, you will see a different graphic here, different stats, but you can also pick them themselves. So for example, we can check users. One of the big questions here is Nitro the glory and eBuggy pays the bills? Is that correct? Can we check that by stats? Let's see what people think. So we pick the power here. Oh, that is a close call, right?
Oh, it's so close.
It's so close. So we have 45.2% nitro and 44.6% electric.
I think fake news, Connie. Fake news. No money joking. No, we actually have statistics. Like, I mean, it's showing that eBuggy is almost paying the bills.
We can go and see for the tracks, for example, what type of tracks do we have there? What kind of classes do we see? Off-road is the biggest one. Then we have on-road, oval, and drifting. So there is so much things, and we will really build up on this, the stats, and do really great graphs and stuff And actually in the future, you will be able to create your own dashboards yourself and actually build your own home screen. But that will be a premium feature. And that's another thing. The House of RC will always be a free option, but you know, development and infrastructure costs. So we're actually introducing a support plan. So people that it's kind of a Patreon kind of thing.
I'm gonna sign up here after I get off of you, hopefully. So
great. And it's not just supporting the site, because we want to keep on innovating on this. You actually gain some extra superpowers. That's what we call it. Okay. So you can pick your own nickname. So for example, now when we started up in beta, it was all closed. Most of the site is actually public now, because we will look at a profile here later on a guy I think you've seen before, and it's kind of like you're building your RC resume. So it's a public profile, and you want to have a nice URL that you can share with people on any other of the social media. And to be honest, I think that should be your resume that you send to the different manufacturers and brands. When you want to become like a, you know, sponsored drivers, just send them the URL to House of RC. You have all your results there, everything, and your whole racing history. So that's kind of, and also if you want to add Facebook posts to your own profile, if you want to add your own feeds like a YouTube channel, or for example, if you have a podcast like the No Name RC podcast, you can add your podcast RSS, and all your podcast episodes show up in your profile. So this is really starting to be like a homepage or page builder platform for all RC users and companies. That's the goal of this.
And I'm actually guilty of not using this till its full potential. Like I really am. And now that I've seen it, like you're pointing out different things to me, I'm like, okay, Keenan, go get
that's why I really want to be, and because I think I need to educate people on all the different features. There are so many things, and I think it's hard for people to really grasp what you can do here. And the last thing you have here on the right hand side in that column is kind of newly created. What's the newest stuff in the platform? So right now we got S-Works released their new Truggy. So it's already up here. You can click on the Truggy and see the new car in here. So we have over 300 products in the database. And once a product is in the database, and anybody can add a product to the database, it's another really important part of this platform is that everybody can add things into the platform. Organizations, clubs, tracks, products, events. So we really build this together. It's a community-driven platform. That's a really important part of it. So
let's look at somebody's profile that's really good.
Should we look at somebody that I think has a pretty everybody knows? And
I'm upset he hasn't put my nickname down for him yet. He hasn't fully accepted his nickname yet.
I know. So here we have David Ronniefolk, which is of course a supporter of the platform, and his dad Pierre has also helped me a lot during the beta phase and really feeding and testing the system, and it's actually fun. So David Ronniefolk's his arena, the racing arena he just opened up, is using House of RC as their homepage. So instead of creating a new homepage specifically for the arena, he has actually bought a domain name and then just pointed that to the House of RC public page. So this is where I told you about that profile nickname. Right now it says users 12 up here, but David actually has his own profile nickname, and maybe we should have put Viking there instead, right?
I know. We gotta just make him understand that that's his new name.
Yeah. So, but he has David. So he can share this URL instead, profiles/David. That's much nicer than having
or he could just say, hey, look,
number.
Go to House of RC and look up David Ronniefolk. That's all he has to. That's all you have to
do. And that's actually, some of you probably didn't see what I did to get to David's profile. So up in the right-hand corner, we have a global search panel. You can search for anything there, for users, organizations, clubs, tracks. So if you don't find anything, just use that global search function. It's perfect. So
Awesome.
here you can, so here you can see where David lives. He lives in Sweden, southern parts of that. You can send him a private message in the platform, and it's all encrypted. So I can't see it either, of course. You can see his interests. You can see his different organizations he has. He's David Ronniefolk Racing Limited company there. He has his collection of cars here. You can also go to his setups he has on the different cars, if you look down here. So a lot of the drivers today and the racers, they share their setups on Facebook. After a week, you can't find that setup anymore. Anything that is older than a week on Facebook is pretty hard to find, even if you use a search function. Here you can find them in a structured way, because a setup is mapped to a car. It could be mapped to a track, and it could be mapped to a race. So everybody going then to that track, they can see all the different setups for the different cars that has logged to that track. So that's perfect, going to a track and see what are the setups I should use on this track. You can of course see his results here, and look at the first result in that list, top 25 RC rankings. So that is, as it's not announced yet, but we are in discussions and collaborate with top 25 rankings to do something, how we can link this together. And that's another thing that happened during the beta phase. Anybody can actually put up their own ranking system in House of RC. So not just top 25. There's a specific event type called rankings. So if you have,
so like if a region had a series or anything like that, they can put it in there and people can go right to there and check it out. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
So on the right-hand side, you see his YouTube channel feed here. And his Facebook feed is for some reason not loaded here, but that should show here as well. So that means, a lot of racers today, they have Instagram accounts, they have YouTube accounts, they have Facebook accounts, and a lot of forums or blogs. This brings it all together in one place. This is really where you can find everything from a racer or any type of RC fanatic. Clicking on the top 25 RC ranking here, you can actually see their Facebook post as well. Look at this. So here we have the 25 list with all the drivers on the 25 list in House of RC. You can see and go into anyone here and click and see what their
profile. Yeah.
And go on their profile. And you can see who is on which team. All the factory teams are also set up. And this is cool because now we're just starting to do that this year. Next year, next silly season, we will be able to show graphics of how people move between different companies and brands and actually tell a story about that. So this is really how, that's why it's so important that people start logging the data in the platform, and good quality data, because we can do so much interesting storytelling and analysis around this. So that's really something I want to push here and hope that people really get into this and understand how important that is. So it's not just for yourself, it's actually for the whole community and for the industries to understand the industry better.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I'm just as guilty as not understanding this. I know you talk to me. I know you talk to me, and sometimes it goes in one ear and right out the other, or I just get so busy and I forget. But I'm definitely gonna be going on the No Name RC podcast profile and my profile and doing some work over the next few days. Yeah, because I mean, even for research wise, like I can just go in her. Yeah, I definitely need some work on her.
Yeah, but still, you have, look at this, you have both your YouTube channel and your podcast episodes in the same feed here. You have your Facebook posts showing up here. You can add any links and resources and post here yourself. It's actually
I'm just gonna start adding this to my socials now from now on. That's all.
Yeah, this is all the resources that are around No Name RC podcast. So I know we want to make this short and sweet.
Right.
I really wanted to.
Well, show me what we got time. We're going over the time limit now, so we might as well go all the way.
Great, because I think there is a couple of or one more main feature I really want to advertise a little bit. So if you look at the screen here on your the No Name RC podcast profile, you can see you can start rating companies. You can rate tracks and products and write a review here. And that's I want to start,
I want
having
people to review my stuff
with
too.
Yeah, the thing is, what I will do is actually the owners of things won't be able to review and rate their own stuff because everybody's just putting 5 stars on their own stuff.
Right. I don't know if I did that or not, but I would give myself 1 star and say how terrible I am.
No. I put 5 stars there. This is the best podcast there is, and along a lot of other great podcasts that are on House of RC as well. Yeah,
they should all be on her.
So look at this thing called check-in here. So check-in is actually a really cool feature. You can check in and create and log activities on any item in the system. And think of it as the check-in function for Facebook. So you can see, I've been at this place. But what you can do here in the drop-down menu, you have a lot of different things here. So I could say, I've been listening to the No Name RC podcast at this date and time. And I said notes here, doing a podcast interview with Keenan. So save. Now I saved and logged an RC activity, and an RC activity can be anything really. I could went to the track and practice. I can build on my car. I can write some blogging. There are a lot of different activities, and then I go to my profile here out in the left-hand side and click on my activities,
and it's there already.
And it's there. You have everything. And this is a view that only you can see.
Okay.
So it's your own RC diary. It's your journal of your whole RC life. And you can also log how much time you spent on each thing. So now you can start analyzing with graphics in the NNRC. How much practice do I do each week? What do I spend the time on? You can actually even log that you buy stuff and enter the amount of money, and you can start looking at how much money do you spend on RC.
I don't think nobody wants to really see that, especially people's wives.
Yeah, I know. This is why, but some people just love this shit. And you on the right hand side here, you see that we have a map. So this means I can now go and see. Now we see a map of Sweden and the tracks I've been visiting the last year here, going and practicing and racing and competing. So now I can get a check-in on all the places I've been around in the world. And if we scroll down, we will see the track in Fehring, Austria, and some other tracks around.
Awesome.
I haven't been racing too much outside of Sweden. I would love to go out to Americas, of course, and race there. But it's kind of hard to bring the fifth scale car, which is the class I'm racing, to the other
Conny is a fifth scale specialist. App. I know you can have a home screen like an app on your phone. I do have it. Will we see an app soon?
We will definitely see an app, and we will see it pretty soon, and it will be out for both iOS and Android. And first of all, it will pretty much just be what you see on the web. And I spent a lot of time in the beta phase to really optimize for mobile, because looking at the stats, I can see that 2/3 of people are using it on mobile. So mobile is really the primary interface that people, but I say that a site like House of RC, which has so much content and data, really thrives on a desktop display. But it works on mobile as well, but just, it scales down on the mobile, and it actually doesn't show all the stuff, because otherwise it would just clip content and look bad. So you can actually see more things on the desktop. But in the app, in the future, you will also be able to get notifications. This will be a tool during a race day as well. So you can see, when a race organizer needs to be in contact with you, or when you need to show up to your time to race. So we will add on a lot of features. So we're looking at, before the race, during the race, and after the race. And then everybody that doesn't race, that do this for modeling or scale modeling, it's all there. So we really try to support everybody in the RC industry. Right now it's a little bit more for racers and RC cars, but we try to build all the features for all the different kind of RC and users.
Awesome. All right, Conny, I learned something new. I need to start utilizing this tool a lot more, just on a daily RC search basis, looking for topics and just everything. I just, like I said, I just forget, but I will just, like, I could just say to somebody, hey, you want my socials? Go check me out at my profile. Look me up on House of RC. There's everything you need there, or whatever. So I'm definitely going to put some more time. I'm going to subscribe, pay my membership fee, because, I believe in this.
Thank
And
you.
we're going to have you on probably in a month's time or so, when you get some new features on and going up and going. And one thing people have to understand, you are constantly working on this. This is his work. This is a work of passion, people. So if Conny is messaging you, it's not some crazy dude out there. He's trying to do some good things. And I think we can all get behind this and just make it easier, not just for us, but also for new people coming in. You can say, hey, check out Also for RC and check this out, like basics of nitro tuning. You would have everything you need right there. So good stuff, Conny. What did you want to add something before we signed out, before we left?
No, so really, I just want people to sign up, check it out, build your profile, start adding stuff to your profile, and also invite your friends, because so as I said, we're releasing a contest that will go on for each month, where the users that invite the most people will win a free membership. For every invite, they will get 1 free month up to a year. So you will get all these premium features I talked about. And that is about, because now we want to grow. The beta phase was about really, testing and developing. Now we want to grow, and as the more we grow, the more value that everybody will see to it. So it's the network effect.
Exactly. Also, this is, like we said, this is just not for off-road and RC racing. We want bashers, we want airplane guys, boat guys, robot combat, RC robot combat guys, you name it. When drones, we want everything to do with radio controlled in House of RC.
One of the features that we'll start working on pretty soon is projects. So there are a lot of people, building stuff, building tracks or cars, or do scale modeling. So we'll introduce a concept around projects. You want to share your progress, your images and videos of the stuff you do.
Okay. Good stuff. Kind of like Reader's Rides back in the magazine days. So I like that. Good stuff, Conny. Well, keep up the good work. Remember, people, it's houseofrc.com.
Yes, houseofrc.com.
Go there, fill out a profile. It's free to sign up if you want premium membership. What's the price, Conny, right now?
It's $5 a month.
$5 a month. You use bottle glue that costs more than $5. So
it's a coffee.
Yeah. That's a coffee. So check it out. It's really cool. I'm going to be using it more. Like I said, all my stuff just kind of shows up there. So it's everything set up, but just a little touch, make it look nice. So get it all coordinated. But thanks, Conny. Check them out. If you have any questions, feel free to hit you up on Facebook, Conny, or even on the Facebook House of RC. Follow them on Facebook and also on Instagram, because they are both on both. And they are supporters of the podcast. So show them some love, because this helps all of us at the end of the day. All right, Conny. Thank you for your time. And we will see you in the next installment of the House of RC tutorials.
Definitely. Thank you for having me on, Keenan.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Nitro is the glory, but e-buggy pays the bills.